I remember so well when I first touched the knee on the tarmac. I was 13. With my father, we went at Mugello, the third session of the day, going into Correntaio corner, the long ride. I touched the knee. I think on that day, I was the happiest man on the planet.
I met Danilo in, I don't remember the year, which was with Yoda. And I remember one race in Sachsenring when it was raining. And he was in the practice, I think second or third or first, I don't remember, but it was the first three. And I was surprised because the bike was really unbelievable. So it was the worst bike I ever seen. And it was performing very well. And I said, this guy is good. But then, you know, I lost him in the championship because it was really a disaster bike. And then one day, he was asking me, I want to come to you and ask you something. And I said, okay, come to Milano. And so we see each other in my office. And he said, listen, can you help me managing myself? And I said, okay, I cannot help you, but I cannot manage you, but I can give you an help. So I was giving to him the sponsorship of Nolan and Revit. At that time, he has a contract for MotoGP for 0 bonus, 0 fixed fee, 0 expenses. And I said, Jesus, no, I cannot leave him alone, so I have to help him. And this sponsorship, they were able to cover the expenses of the year. Then, before Silverstone, when he was second, he was calling me and I said, listen Alberto, I have somebody asking me to be the manager, but I do this only if you refuse me because I want to work with you. And I said, okay, I cannot leave him alone because a guy like this need really good help. So, and I start. And then because the paddock said that I bring luck, after 1 month it was second in Silverstone. And everybody say you are really lucky, Alberto, because Danilo was second in the wet in Silverstone only behind Valentino Rossi. That was the start of our story.
I like work with Danilo because you can see he's very professional. From the way he talks, the way he feels the bike, you can see that he comes from MotoGP, he has a good background, and he won a race there, and he also won in DAKAR, so you can see he has a big background about racing. But I also like work with him also because he's a funny guy, he's a good man, yeah. So basically I'm the mechanic working on the back part of his bike. Usually I work mostly on the swing arm, the exhaust, foot pegs, all the gears, chain, all the back part. About the first races, they were very great. So it was the beginning, so we know his potential, what he's capable to do. But of course the bike is new to him, and we had many things to try, and actually was quite well, especially in Indonesia, also because it was a track he didn't know, and so we didn't know what to expect, but at the end we managed to have 2 great races, so yeah, we were quite happy about it.
So after a lot of years in MotoGP, it came the period for Superbike also. So I had experience already in the past with Checa and Melandri, and so I suggest to Danilo, like Carlos told me one day, I cannot retire myself without winning a title. So, and Danilo said, you're right, I have to try to win a race and to win a championship, because to finalize a career in which I was winning in MotoGP, in a very glorious race like Mugello, and then to win in Dakar, that was the only one in the world to do this kind of events, so to win in MotoGP and in Dakar. Then he won also in Superbike in America. So after the season of last year, we have to take the decision between stay in America once again or go to Superbike. And I asked him, think about and let me know. And the day after he said, yes, okay, you're right. I have to continue the career, you know, to fight for a title in a championship where there are all the best. And where I born, because Danilo was coming from this championship.
fai solo roll off.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy the race.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good championship.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hope this year the same.
Yeah. Need a step ahead, but we're coming.
You will get there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I raced one year in MotoAmerica, and was really a nice experience because I always like first of all the country, and I was really curious to live in USA. I was particularly curious about the championship because from the other side of the ocean was really nice to join. Then the reality was quite different because everything was new for me, and also the approach of racing they have in USA is completely different. Even because all the riders, all my challenge, all the opponents wants to beat me as hard as they can, because you know, a rider that has won in MotoGP at the Dakar. Then I arrived in USA really at the top of my career, and all of them wanted to beat me. But in fact, it's like let's say a world championship, because there is not only USA but all the people from many different countries and nationality. So there was some of them that always they were like provoking me also in the free practice, and I reached the let's say the maximum pressure in was in at the ridge near Seattle, so in Washington State. It's really up the north, and we broke the engine in free practice 1. The track for me was completely new, so I did like half of the free practice 1. Then I completely blew the engine, and when I was coming back on neutral to the garage, my bike started to got fire. So we weren't ready for the second practice in the afternoon. We just did one lap. So I did this lap. I took the checkered flag, and Matthew Scholes, after the checkered flag, passed me really close to me, really fast, and I was scared. I did like this because I didn't expect, and I was so angry. I showed him that he was the number one, like this, and yeah. But I didn't know why. Then this video became viral, and the MotoAmerica started to broadcast this video all everywhere. But I think from the outside, it's nice to see a lot of battles in and out the track from for the spectators. But yeah, at the end, everything was set, and the good thing is that it's good to have good battles in and out the track, but at the end we are all riders, we are all people, and yeah, and it's gone. I didn't win the championship, so it's yeah, just at the last race. But for this reason, I need to go back for try to win the championship. I hope, don't know when, but for sure I want to come back for a fight for the win.
Well, Danilo made quite a big step, of course. He went from MotoGP to first Dakar, which was quite special. He won a stage in the Dakar, which was unique. Nobody's ever done that. And then he decided to go to AMA with Ducati. I think he had a good deal there. But looking back, he finished second in the championship. That was quite a big step. Also coming here to World Superbike, because in America he raced Dunlop tires. He had quite a different engine and different bike than the bike that he has here. And now he's back with his Barni family. But he knows that this is going to be difficult for him. I mean, the level in World Superbike is quite high. I mean, you have Alvaro Bautista, who won so many races last year. We have a 6-time world champion with Jonathan Rea, and of course Toprak Razgatlioglu on the Yamaha. So he knew on beforehand that this was going to be difficult.
The first thing I liked of World Superbike was the spectators. Here in Superbike they are allowed to see you, to show some photo, and I really enjoyed going in Australia and Indonesia, because there were a lot of fun, a lot of spectators, and especially in Australia everyone was so happy to see me again in Phillip Island. And this is one of the things I like the most. And then I must say that here all the people that works in this paddock are really passionate about motorbikes, and you can feel it. So I enjoyed. I think I did a good choice to come back here and in a World Championship. Was quite easy to decide to come back in a Barni Racing Team, because I really know Marco Barni, the team owner, and back in 2011 when we were racing together, I really felt that he's really passionate about motorbikes, and everything he got, he did put in his energy on the performance of the bike. So this convinced me to come back in this team. Also, Marco did a really big effort for having me back. We have exactly the same bike as the factory one, so it's really a high potential bike. But I must say that my expectations are not so clear at the moment, because everything is quite new for me, and also the other riders. Most of them I have never raced with, so I don't know which is my, let's say, my level against them, and especially we are still at the beginning. I don't have any expectation, but for sure I want to be fast as soon as possible. Before the championship started, I said, okay, we need some time. Maybe I need all this year to be competitive, but then since FP1 I want to be in front. Since free practice one of the first race, we wanted to be in front. This is a good attitude, but in the other part, sometimes we need too much. We want too much. It's something we have to deal with, but at the moment, I think we are doing a good job. We need to stay calm and think day by day, but this is mostly a thing that I need to do, because I need to stay a little bit more calm, especially now at the beginning. But for sure, I want to be in front as soon as possible.
Race 1 of the Grand Ridge Brewery Australian Round, the 2023 season opener, gets underway in wet conditions.
I want to be fast as soon as possible, and I want to win with the Superbike. I want to be fast as soon as possible, and I want to win with the Superbike. We are here for this.
Testing that he feels he was pinched up there on the inside by Danilo Petrucci.
Yeah, he's clearly frustrated with Petrucci for that one.
From the 6th rider to the 15th, it's always really a mess, and unfortunately I'm one of these riders. So you can be in 5th or 6th position, and if you lose, for example, 3-4 tenths, you can be in 14th position.
For me, the objective of us is to learn as much as possible how to use the tires, because they are very different from MotoGP and also Superbike in America. And I believe he will be winning at least one race this year. Now we are in a situation in which he has to learn the bike and the limit of the bike.
Yeah, tell us about the FP1.
Oh, it was not bad. It's always really good to come back in Assen, and was not bad. We had some issues with the bike. The setup is not perfect, but let's say it's not even bad. So I'm quite confident that today we can improve our lap time and feeling better with the bike. We need to improve a bit the acceleration because we have many movement. The bike is not really stable, but yeah, I'm confident for this afternoon. I'm really happy to be here. Diciamo che non è contento perché a metà gara ci sono 10, 12, 13 giri, ma anche il finale di gara che giro come gruppo del quarto e del quinto. E il problema è che i primi 5-6 giri, oltre ad andare piano perché non ho trazione, prendo un sacco di sorpassi, un sacco di botte qua e là, e quindi dopo mi trovo a recuperare. Non so se essere contento per come gestisco la moto diciamo gli ultimi 2/3 di gara, o se essere più incazzato perché i primi 5-6 giri prendo 5 secondi. Noi stavamo anche adesso parlando con il mio capo meccanico perché dobbiamo capire un po' la direzione in cui andare, però diciamo il problema è in accelerazione, cioè io quando monto le gomme nuove mi sembra di montare delle gomme di 25 giri. E Adesso invece qua è il contrario, sono più bravo con le gomme usate, magari se la gara era 40-45 giri facevo podi.
Perché andare a fare l'endurance?
Ma no, ero andato a fare la Dakar 2 settimane, sai, andavo forte. Sono andato lì apposta perché ancora domani, dopodomani.
Danilo is somebody able to surprise you, as he did in Dakar, where everybody say, Alberto, be careful because he can be very dangerous for him. And also Pete Byron in KTM said to me, please tell him to be like a tourist guy on a bike. And I said to Danilo, be careful. And I said, no, Alberto, don't worry, I will be very careful, I will be slow. And then, you know, he was winning a race in Dakar where Kenny Gardner said Danilo was going so fast that was making ridiculous the specialist of this race. So that was a quote of Kenny Gardner, just to give you the idea how crazy is Danilo.
So he knew that this was going to be quite a challenge for him. And I think also getting used to the new Formula 2 races and the sprint race, or a Super Bowl race as they call it in World Superbike, that's quite a lot. And if you are, let's say, 32 years old, he's not the youngest guy, he's not the oldest guy. I mean, Bautista is 38 and I think Jonathan Rea is 36. He knows that he's got a a long way in front of him to really get on the podium and maybe even win a race. And we're not even talking about the championship yet, because he knows that's going to be quite a challenge, quite difficult. But we know that he's a very likable guy, and that will help him to get to know the paddock, because the paddock is quite different as well. I mean, he was here in, I think it was 2011, when he finished second in the Superstock 1000 championship, but the bike is different, of course. The championship has evolved, and I think it will be quite a challenge. I've said it before, a challenge, but also if he reaches the podium, that might give him the extra motivation to really win a race. I mean, we're in Assen now, and he's been on the podium here in Assen in Grand Prix in 2017, finishing second to Valentino Rossi. But that was a race, it wasn't completely dry, so that might help him. Because we know that he's a really good wet race rider. If it's wet, that might help him to get on the podium and maybe even win a race. But being a champion, I know that he said, I want to be the first guy to win a Dakar race, to win a Grand Prix, to win a World Superbike race, to win an AMA race. That would be fantastic. And if he reaches that, it would be fantastic for a guy who's without a doubt one of the most popular guys in the paddock.
Sei più ligure lui di là sì, ma non serve niente.
Sì, ma tra virgolette io la classe box lo usavo per mettermi contro quelle moto.
Quello che vuoi te.
Sì, dopo
Che appoggia di più, però secondo me che lo rimetto insieme, non conosco il limite della moto, la scopro sempre, sento che me la libera. Cioè, quando metto la terza che sto dritto, dico è buona, la metto giù.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's say Saturday is the day of the Super Bowl, and it's really nice because you have just 15 minutes. You have 2 sets of tires, really qualifying tires, so they last just 2 laps. And as in the past, I struggle a bit with the new tire, and I am not fast as I need to be. So, yeah, in Super Bowl, 9th place is quite okay. But then in the race also I have the same problem.
at the beginning of the race, I feel the bike really nervous on braking and on acceleration. The bike moves a lot, and I'm slow, and I can't stay with the top group. But then my pace was really good, and yeah, let's say I don't know if I'm happy or disappointed. I'm both, because I'm happy about the pace, because then I was like in the top 5 guys, but I'm really disappointed because I could be in the top 5, but the first laps I'm so slow. So yeah, let's see what's tomorrow brings.
Danilo Petrucci in World Superbikes and on a Ducati. Something special. We were all actually waiting for it and hoping for it. Start with Danilo as a person. You know, it's a really nice person. Everybody likes and loves him for the good reason. And also because, especially, I have a soft spot for Danilo because his career is quite interesting. He was never considered a crazy talent, but he has some serious talent. He's not afraid to do dangerous stuff on the bikes. He was really good in this paddock in his past, in the stock and the Superbike Championship. Had a very interesting career, came over a couple of sideways to the MotoGP in the test team, Pramac factory team, and in the end he even won a MotoGP, the most important MotoGP for every Italian, Mugello. So he is already quite special in that way for his career. But then Ducati had other plans and he had other paths in his career, but now he's back in the World Superbike paddock, which is such a lovely paddock anyway, on a Ducati. So we all expect a little bit much from Danilo. These are big shoes to fill. Until now it's difficult for him to be at least at the level where I know he should be, because Danilo is quite a special rider, as I said before. So I expect quite a lot from him on the World Superbike. But he's not the youngest anymore, and these are different tires, and a Superbike is not a MotoGP bike. But especially now here this weekend, already this morning in the wet free practice, we saw immediately that Danilo in Assen, especially in the rain, is something special. Let's not forget, this guy nearly won his first MotoGP race against Valentino Rossi in the wet here in Assen in the MotoGP. So there's no reason not to see him tomorrow on the podium, at least when it's wet. But I'm really curious to see the next couple of steps that Danilo is surely going to make in the dry on the sledge, because this Ducati is a really good bike at the moment. Danilo is still a really good rider. He loves this track. He will be fine. It takes him a little bit longer time to adjust to the bike and to the tires that they have here, but I'm pretty sure Danilo will make this step and will make the whole paddock a better place, because generally that's what Danilo does. When Danilo appears, the sun starts to shine. So let's hope for a little bit more success for Danilo Petrucci.
I remember first time I joined this track was 2008 with Superstock 600. Was the first time I saw Assen, and in qualifying I did the pole position. I was so happy. From that moment on, I fell in love with this place, and we'll see if I'm able to do this again. I hope my first win will be here in Assen, because I have like really good memories here. My first time leading a MotoGP race was here in Assen under a big rain, and we were fighting with Dovizioso and Rossi, and I was leading, but then they gave a red flag, and then my bike broke. Then the year after, I was fighting with, in 2017, I was fighting with Valentino, with Marquez and Zarco. Valentino and me were able to go in front, to go away. And I was so sure to pass Valentino in the last part of the track, because I got a good acceleration. But in the last lap, we found some lapped rider. One of them was Rins, that was rookie. And he let Valentino pass, but not me, because he thought I was a lapped rider. And at the end was I did pass Rins the corner later, but Valentino gave me like half a second, and in the half of the track we arrived wheel to wheel at the end, but he won. Was Valentino's last victory, could be my first victory, but I really enjoyed. Assen is one of my favorite places for sure. Especially the last part of the track is something that I really like. Flowing, fast, like the old tracks, really like. The positive thing to be in a team like Barni is that you don't have the pressure of a factory team, but in the same time you have the bike that has the same potential. The good thing is the team is working good. We need to work more, because it's not a secret that I'm quite different rider because of my sides, so we can't use any of the setup of the other riders. We can just look at the data, how they ride, how they do, but at the end we can't use the same bike. So for this reason we need a little bit more time. There are many positive things to be in a, let's say, in an independent team. Everything is familiar and you can have a talk and be clear in everything you want. Is something that I like.
avanti che mi parla da Dio.
Bye.
Grazie.
Yeah? How is this guy?
Good.
I really enjoyed ride my bike because you know, you don't have always the chance to ride a super bike machine, especially the one that won the championship. When I see my bike for the first time from a race to another, it's always quite nice because I look at the bike and it's like in my mind I try to talk with it. I think it's something really special. The relationship between the rider and the bike, because at the end you do with the bike the race that is really the most important part of the weekend of your season. Every race is really important, can change your season. A bike is really a big amount of pieces of things and so on, and everything must be in its place and working really well, and the rider is, I think, is a piece of it. I really treat with a lot of respect. I really try to manage my bike as good as I can. I think it's like a people that help you, a person that help you reaching your goal. Even if for sure the bike doesn't talk or something like that, but it's always a crazy relationship, and I think in a certain way you need to care about your bike like it's a friend of yours, because at the end you feel the best and the worst emotion alone with it. So it's something which you share a lot of emotion, the strongest emotion you can try.
What?
Like the bike, I have the user tire. No, the rear tire. Also in qualifying, I feel like the bike is like the rear tire is plastic. Then after 5, 6, 7 laps, I start to ride quite well and I start to gain position. But the first lap, the race is short. I would need a race of like a DAKAR.
Danilo, first of all, is a good guy. He's a fantastic, normal person. He's very educated, and he's somebody that he was, suffering to achieve a level because nothing was easy for him. So what I'm dreaming is to have back this kind of sacrifice that he did to achieve the level he has, and to have the success that is in line with his talent.
I'm proud of what I did, but still I'm not satisfied. I want to win here in Superbike. I won with MotoGP bike, and I want to win with the Superbike. So it's still a long way to go, but we are here for this.
The project to win the World Superbike Championship is my project, and also his project. It's very ambitious, but never say never. That's my dream.
And Danilo Petrucci joins the Titanic trio as only the 4th hat-trick hero in WorldSBK.